4th kilo weight class, equip division, first place, Emily Moreno.
Good afternoon. My name is Wes Zunker. I'm the meet director from today's meet, national referee as well. We've been putting on meets since 2009, I believe, starting here in San Antonio. We started doing this one a year. A couple years later, grew to 2 a year, and grew from there. Right now, we probably run close to 24 meets a year throughout the state and into Oklahoma. Our favorite ones are usually the ones we run here because we can put a lot of work into it. Sometimes we spend days setting up, have staff involved. It just depends on how big of a meet it is and the amount of stuff we put into it. Each time we try to do a little bit better, never satisfied with what we're sort of doing with things here. One of the unique things we constantly do is our elevated stage for our meets. Very unique for what you consider a local meet. You know, usually you might even not even find them at national meets, but we like to do it at our local meets to give back to our lifters and the audience, make it easier for them to see the lifters, feel like they're, you know, more important, elevated in front of everybody. It just creates a better atmosphere. We've done the stage various ways over the years. Over the past couple of years, we've done it's a steel frame that we welded and we constructed ourselves and we put together every time. Actually, underneath the lifting platform is piers and then 2 sheets of metal, 4 sheets of plywood. It's built up very, very strong to support. A couple years ago, we found out wood wasn't just enough. We had, you know, some issues with the platform, so we went ahead and started putting steel underneath it as well to reinforce it, to make it as sturdy as we could for the lifters, so they don't sacrifice anything from being up on that raised platform. So here in San Antonio, we pretty much are on a schedule for we used to do 3 annual. This year we added the Iron Triathlon to our San Antonio schedule, so we'll be doing 4 annual meets. We had Winter Games here this past year. Normally it's not a traditional San Antonio event. That one we foresee going back to the Houston area next January in 2022. We'll be in San Antonio. We'll have still remaining this year the Iron Wars, which was our very first meet back in 2009 in September, like we always have it, and then the Collegiate Cup and Texas Open in December. That one's grown so big and popular that we've split it into a 2-weekend event. That's always our biggest event. We usually run 2 to 3 platforms for the collegiate meet, and then either 2 or 3 for the Texas Open, depending on how big. Next year we'll have here in San Antonio the Texas Strength Classic, the Iron Triathlon, the Iron Wars meet, and then the Collegiate Cup and Texas Open as well. So I guess that's actually counting that out. I used to consider the December meets as 1 meet. It's actually 2 separate ones now, so 5 meets a year here in San Antonio. Today we added one doing the high school meet just to give kids opportunity to qualify for high school nationals. I always enjoy giving back to the sport. I have to always give a shout out to a VP of USAPL powerlifting, Johnny Graham, because our first year doing it as a collegiate program, he let us lift as guest lifters at military nationals way back in 2006 because we didn't have a qualifying meet to go to. So I always sort of pay it forward and make sure that if somebody needs the opportunity to go qualify, I do whatever's in my power to help them, to give them the opportunity to go out and qualify, to be able to compete at that national meet they want to compete at, versus not even given the opportunity to even get there. You know, that's just something I do as passionate about the sport and giving back, making sure that our lifters in Texas are always taking care of it, you know, the best we can, whether it be somebody that I've known for years or somebody very first starting in the sport. If I have it in our capacity to get them in and help them qualify to go to those type of events, you know, we certainly always do our best to do so. We do our best to put on meets the best we can all over the place. We love going to our USAPL friendly gyms throughout the state, running meets at expos and stuff. But if you haven't been to one of our meets here at TSS yet, definitely, you know, try to do so in the future. It's a different experience. We set it up. We started live streaming our events last one in February. We'll continue to start doing that at our meets here. Next weekend we're actually going to be relaying the live stream throughout the building, so the warm-up room will not only have the lifting cast display, but it'll have a live stream feed in the warm-up area, in the backstage area. Always trying to dial it up a notch so that lifters have the best experience they can here at TSS when you come to a meet here.